Hey, and welcome to IMO. In my opinion, for the second or third or fifth time today, John.
No, don't you
I don't
dare
even
ask
care
me
how you're
how.
doing anymore. We're gonna move on. Rick, how you doing?
Hey man, thanks for having me on the show tonight. Thank you guys. Pleasure.
for the fourth time, I think. This wasn't as bad as last time. This was like the second time I think I've asked you this. Well,
Yeah,
you, right?
no.
Second time I've
Yeah.
asked you how
Oh,
you're
me?
doing.
Yeah,
This is the
I'm
second
doing
time.
great.
Okay,
Yeah, same
okay.
time. Yeah.
We've been having a lot of issues today. I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off now. But we will get another show out there tonight. Even though, what time is it already? It is 11:30 at night, and it's cold as fuck outside. But we were gonna show it. Rick.
Yes, sir.
So you're an actor, and since no one cares how John's doing right now, we're gonna start with you. You're an actor.
Yes, sir.
How'd you get into it? Why do you like it? What are you doing right now?
Yeah, no. So I love it. I got into it professionally about 6 years ago with SAG-AFTRA.
Okay.
My first tryout into the acting world, I guess you can say, is when in high school. Took an acting class. That's kind of what. I mean, honestly, since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be someone in the entertainment business. I remember always wanted to be like on the Nickelodeon and those type of TV shows, like all that.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big fan of that growing up as a kid, and
I wanted to be on Gumby.
Gumby.
That's not a real show.
What?
You don't remember Gumby?
I remember Gumby.
That was a cool ass.
I think it was a cartoon or a claymation.
It was
I
a
don't know how
claymation,
you could be part of that.
or Eddie Murphy if you're an SNL fan. Oh, no,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
he did. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
in us.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he did the I am
Whoa.
Gumby.
Oh yeah, he did the Gumby. It took me a second. I remember what you were talking. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You remember the Mr. Rogers skit he did with that?
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like, "This is how you answer the door where I'm from. Who is it?" I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're cool.
Keep
Eddie's a goat.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, so when I was in high school, I wanted to get into. I was curious to try acting out.
Okay.
I took an acting class at St. Pat's. Went to St. Patrick High School all 4 years. Go Shamrocks. And I remember.
Kelvin Park Panthers.
Well, I'll never say go Panthers. That's for damn sure.
And I honestly didn't know where to go, how to get into it. So I started doing some research myself, tried to on Google, looking up auditions in the Chicagoland area. And I remember the first audition I've ever did was for Northwestern University up in Evanston, and it was
So
for
a student film.
correct.
Okay.
Correct. And my parents were real old school. My dad was like, no, we're not. My mom was like,
How you gonna pay the rent with that?
exactly. My mom, I'm a huge mama's boy. I'll say it with pride.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And I'm also the youngest of three and only boy.
Okay. I can see that.
And
I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm in the same boat.
yeah.
But I don't want to say I'm the mama's boy. I'm not. I think out of the preferences, I think my middle sister is the pride and joy of the family
Okay.
because she was the most academically
Studious.
sure. She
Yeah.
has the most degrees and whatever. And she has a big
dope.
she's a
Just
teacher.
the fact that you couldn't spit out that word shows. She was the most.
You're stupid. No, I think and obviously rightfully so. I mean, she has her education, and that's awesome compared to me and then my sister my other sister who passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It's life, man. I've learned that life is one of those things.
Yeah.
But again, rightfully so. She's a school teacher. She does great work with that and all that. So rightfully so for being the pride and joy of at least this family.
And shout out to her for being a school teacher. I know they're going through a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah, they are.
So
it's
shout
kind
out
of
to
it's kind of a weird situation with that. Well, we might touch that. So you did a not short film. You did a student film in North.
So actually, that was the first thing I ever auditioned, and I got a no.
Okay.
And I remember looking back at it. My audition was god awful. Looking back at it,
I feel like actors always say that god awful and bloody boring. Like we try to be like Christian Bale and those guys, all those British guys. Go ahead.
and I remember at the time I was like, yo, screw it. I don't want to be an actor anymore. Whatever, I'll do something else. And I was really salty about it. I'm not gonna lie. I was really salty about it. And fast forward to about, I want to say 2 years after that audition, I remember a friend of mine was like, "Hey, Transformers, the new one with what's his name? With Mark Wahlberg was filming in Chicago." And they're like, "Hey, they're looking for extras. You want to go?" And I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and the fact that somehow the acting world kind of got back into my life somehow. I tried out. I was an extra on Transformers 4, I believe it was, and I fell in love. Even though I was an actor, I was behind the scenes and whatnot. I was on set from like 7 a.m. to like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever. I accidentally got to meet Mark Wahlberg.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Accidentally?
Yeah, so the story behind that, if you don't mind.
For the second time today. It's okay. It's brand new to us. Brand new. We had never heard this before. Go ahead.
So technically, when it's time for lunch, the cast and crew sit on one side of like the building, and the extras and everyone will get the leftovers on the other side of the building, right? And I was one of the
separated nowadays by a big plexiglass. Go ahead.
And I was one of the first people to go in for the extras. Literally, I was like number 1 or number 2, and I didn't know where I was supposed to sit at.
You were hungry. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So I went in there, grabbed my food, and I sat at the table, and I didn't realize I was actually sitting at the actors table. And I kid you not, literally, this is the table, that light pole right there is Mark Wahlberg walking. And I got starstruck. I'm just like, we're not supposed to talk to them. And I was just like, "Hey, Mr. Wahlberg." And he looks at me, he's like, "Hey, kid, have a good lunch." And I was just like, "Thanks, Mr. Wahlberg." And then he literally sat at the same table, but at the end of it. It was awesome.
You know what? That's cool. I mean, we get starstruck nowadays by anything. I mean, I went to a Comic-Con with John to go meet Amy Jo Johnson, who's the original Pink Ranger. I was starstruck with that. And I mean, she's I don't want to say she's a nobody. She's obviously more famous than I ever will be, but she's a nobody compared to A-listers, right? She's a nobody. I also met Alexa Bliss, starstruck as well, even though she's technically a nobody, right? Yeah. I mean, she's famous in the wrestling world, but she's a nobody, in the mainstream, right? But I could totally get that. Yeah. I'll tell you the one thing that, talking about lunch, right? So one day, and this is the one time, and I don't want to throw, I'm gonna leave the production nameless. Okay. But there's a lot of officers involved. We'll just say that. Okay. Right. One day I'm on never mind. I am on set. On set. Or not on set. We were in there holding for like in the morning we're getting wardrobe and all that. So I get my wardrobe, they're serving breakfast, whatever. And we're just all scattered throughout this section. So some people are getting their makeup done, people are changing into wardrobe, whatever, eating breakfast, whatever. So then the guy who was in charge of us, he goes, "Can I have everyone, in funny way, everyone who's not important, move over here so that the important people can sit over here?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? So I'm eating breakfast. You want me to get out of my seat?" And it wasn't even for like the main cast. Yeah. It was for like the camera person and the gaffer and the guy who holds the fucking microphone. Like, really? Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna bother. Can I eat my breakfast? Yeah. Like, I'm like, this is where I'm like, this isn't cool. Like, I understand that they get paid a lot of money and they're more valuable to the production than I am. I get that. But we're talking about eating food next to this person. Yeah. Is that fucking such a demoralizing thing for them? Yeah. That I can't sit next to this person who literally just got me a cup of coffee. Like, I can't. Are you kidding me? Like, that to me is stupid. Like, I mean, if you really want to keep people separate like that, then don't bring them here.
Right. Me personally, sorry to interrupt. Me personally, whenever I've been on set, whether it's commercial, whether it's been on commercial, on set, whatever, etc. I truly never care who's sitting next to me. I'm like, dude, whatever. You got open seat, you got open table.
If you were a professional, I mean, you are a professional, but if you were a mainstream actor, would it bother you if Jonathan was someone who's being extra or whatever, if he sat next to you and asked you a question, would that bug you?
Not at all. I would love, honest to God, I don't shut up. So I would love it. Go ahead, ask questions, let's talk, let's do whatever.
And that's what I'm saying. Because I'm the same way. I'm like, the only time I really had a good conversation with an actor. So one day I was a stand-in for a nameless TV show here in Chicago. And on the way back, and obviously when you're standing, you're closer to the main cast. You're not part of extras. You're there with everyone. You know what I'm saying? So on the way, when we're done with that freaking 12-hour day, hot as fuck, and we were dressed like it was cold. It was like 100 degrees outside, but since the season was supposed to be in the wintertime, we all had winter coats on. It's like 100 degrees outside. It was bananas. So we're on the bus going back to Holding for the end of the day. And I get in the bus, and I had this conversation. He's actually my friend on Facebook. He's giving me a lot of advice. I had a conversation with him, and he's not a huge actor, but he obviously does more than I do, right? He came from New York, and he came over here to do a part over here, which is, to me, that's amazing, right? Like, obviously, you're worth your weight in gold if they're paying your ticket to come to Chicago to film something, right? So, I asked him questions, which is awesome. I think he told me, like, do what you're doing. Like, do background, do stand-in, do this. Get involved, because you never know who's watching, who sees what. You never know. The director could see you and be like, you know what, I can use him for something.
Yep.
Do this. You never know. And it's like, it sucks when you can't talk to them.
Yeah.
Because these are little things that, you want to hear. You want to ask a professional actor, how'd you start? What are you doing? Like when you go to lift weights, like I would ask you, how do you bench? I'm not just going to go lay on a bench and just choke myself to death.
No, I'd basically tell you, give it up. Don't do it.
Wow, you're a dick.
No, but I guess what they don't want is everybody.
There's not that many people
emboldened or empowered to talk to them, I guess, or ask them questions.
I understand why. I get it, but it's just like, to me, it's like at some point you have to have leeway with that. Yeah. Because we're trying to get to their level, right? We all want to make money like that. You know what I'm saying?
We all started in the minor leagues.
They did as well. At some point in their careers, there were nobodies, and they wanted to do this, and they had to go do background, or they had to go do whatever. I mean, they're all not Cameron Diaz. Because Cameron Diaz went from modeling straight to acting, and then took it by storm, I guess. But I mean,
wasn't Brad Pitt like dressed as a chicken for a restaurant, like outside of the?
I feel like I've heard something like that.
That's my dude, man.
You're a Brad Pitt fan?
Big. I think he's one of the most underrated goats in Hollywood.
Underrated?
Underrated goat.
You think he's underrated?
I don't think he gets enough love.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's pretty known. I mean, I think he's
I think he's
one of the big names.
But I think out of the big names, he's.
So who would you say is bigger than him?
I mean, he's not a DiCaprio.
That's I mean, he.
Oh, come on, Wolf of
Leo,
Wall Street. Come on.
Yeah, 100%. I love Leo. I'm a big Leo fan.
Leo's good at a lot of things, though. Like he can play any genre.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't really seen him in too many like action flicks. Like I don't remember a really big action flick he was in, but like he's pretty good at a lot of things.
Wolf on Wall Street. He should have won the Oscar for that.
I think to me, goats like Al Pacino's the goat.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's a goat to me. Like that dude is just, there's something about him. But there's certain things about certain actors that's why they're like, that's why they are who they are. You know, like Gary Oldman for me is one of them. John.
Oh, you mean the guy that nobody knows?
That's sometimes it's a good thing. Let me tell you.
When is that ever a good thing?
Because again, if you forget who the person is, and you think the character that they're playing is an actual person, they're really doing their job.
No, that's not what it is at all. It's people don't care enough about him to look up his name.
But mind you,
again,
Gary Oldman has never really played. I mean, he's been the main character in a lot of films, but he's normally the antagonist. He's usually the bad guy. Excuse me. He's usually the bad guy in the film, right? So like Air Force One, he's the Russian that's trying to take over the plane, right? Harrison Ford is the front runner in that film. Same thing with the Batman flicks. He plays Commissioner Gordon. Obviously, he's not the main character. There was another one. I was in a Book of Eli. He's behind Denzel Washington. He has a lot of movies where like he plays a really good. Leon the Professional. That's a great fucking movie. Yeah. That dude is freaking awesome. Like I've never seen someone scream everyone better than him. Like that was fucking amazing. Like that scene in the bathroom with Natalie Portman, dude. That scene is. Every time he takes that pill and he does that, thinking he cracks his neck. That's just crazy, bro. That dude's nasty. There's a lot of goats though. But I think Brad Pitt. You said Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah.
I think Brad Pitt. I think he gets his what's the word?
Comeuppance.
Comeuppance. I think he gets
I
it.
guess.
I think he gets it. I think he's pretty respected in the thing. I mean, I don't know who else. Who would you put above him?
You know what I think.
I think he's up there.
Why I think I'm so because recently on Twitter, Chance the Rapper was like, "Who do you think's one of the most underrated like actors in Hollywood?" And he put Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, and I forgot who else, 2 other people. And I was like, I think that's why I got defensive over my boy Brad Pitt recently. Sorry.
I mean, I like him.
I like
Glorious Bastard.
Yeah, he's good.
I think he was great in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I think he was too. I think he really was too. That movie was weird. Oh god, that movie was weird. That movie, like it was kind of, I don't want to say boring in the beginning, but it was just like it was kind of slow, and then like the ending was like super gory, and like I'm like, where did this come from? Like the entire movie, there's not a drop of blood, and then at the end, there's like I think Leonardo DiCaprio's like busting. Oh, he tortures that one chick, right?
Yep.
He puts her on fire in the pool, and then Brad Pitt's like smacking the other person's head into like a fireplace, and it's just cracking and shit. It's really gory. And I'm like, where the fuck? Is this? And I forget that it's a Quentin Tarantino.
Yep.
I'm like, golly. But whatever. I mean, I think he's really good. I think they're. I don't know who I would put above them. I put them at the top tier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like him,
Let's talk
Tom
about
Hanks.
overrated actors. The Rock.
We've talked about this though, John. The Rock serves a purpose.
He's an action movie star.
Yes, he is. No. He is the modern day Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He's an actor in
Or-
action movies. I don't know if he's
Or
the
Stallone.
star.
He's basically Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh
That's
my
what
God,
he is.
Don't even compare
He's Hollywood
him.
Viagra.
He's better than them, bro.
What?
First of all, you can understand him.
Oh my gosh.
He speaks plain, simple English. I don't know what Stallone talks, and neither do I know what Arnold talks. It's not English.
It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. I'm sorry. We
You're
go
cool,
off
you're
10.
cool. You're
So
cool.
you did that. What else did you do?
Yeah, so after Transformers, I went to Columbia College after high school in downtown Chicago, and
I did a student film for them.
really,
Yeah, I went to their little complex off of where is it on?
on Wabash.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called. They have a pretty big sound stage there.
Yeah, no, they got some nice stuff.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got some nice stuff for that. But I did during college, I was able to find an agency. I'm with Hayes Talent Agency in Chicago. Shout out to
awesome.
Michelle and the family. They're love them like family. And kind of like I mentioned before, like, you know, when you're looking for an agent, for anyone out there listening and they're like, how do I get an agent? Throw your name, just throw
Everywhere.
it everywhere. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I literally threw my name everywhere. I heard back from Hayes Talent Agency and Gray's Talent here in Chicago. And Gray Talent, at the time, Hayes was new. They were new. I think they were known as Acting Out Agency.
Okay.
At the time, they were, brand spanking new. And Gray Talent, well, they're heavy hitters, here in Chicago when it comes. But when I met with Michelle, who is my main agent at Hayes, I always recommend get an agent that you can get along with.
Form a relationship.
Yeah,
with.
form a relationship, and they're there for you. You're not just gonna get lost in the roster on the file. And like I said, with Michelle and everyone else at the Hayes Talent Agency, I give them a call to answer right away. If they don't answer within 5 minutes, I get a text.
That's great. That's great because it's definitely. I mean, I've always looked at it like I just signed recently with the Rock Agency.
Congrats.
Thank you. And I love that they're trying to find work for you. Obviously, they're doing it for a reason because they get paid. Obviously,
Right.
But it's awesome to know that someone's like trying to find something
Yeah.
for you. That they talk
For
like
sure.
I recently I just declined one because I didn't like it, and I don't know. If
It's an awkward position to put in.
I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I didn't feel right with the role that it was they were offering. But I love that they're looking out for you.
100%.
Obviously, again, like I said, they need to make money too. I get it, but like you said, you need to kind of have a relationship with these people
100%.
because
100%.
if they feel that you're not putting in the work or you're not doing this or whatever, like they're just gonna not call you. So it's
100%.
kind of a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
You got to put in so they can put it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So kudos to you. You
Thank
found
you.
a great talent
Thank you,
agency
thank you.
that works with you.
Yeah.
I'm still, like I said, I signed with The Rock in late December, so
Nice.
I'm still relatively new to all this. Plus, you've been acting a lot longer than I have. I'm still a rookie at all this.
You're a champ, brother. Don't.
I'm trying to make something of myself. That's what I'm trying to do. I think the only thing that I'm good at is that I'm good at figuring things out. So like I've always been like all of this that you see here, all of this is just kind of all my brain just kind of figuring stuff out. I watch a lot of shit on YouTube, so and I just copy it.
Yeah,
basically.
Well,
Because John can't figure this stuff out. John, what have you contributed to the podcast?
Nor am I gonna try.
I would say if you were the wallet to the podcast, but not even that. I'm kidding.
Well, somewhat.
Somewhat.
But I was gonna add, if you don't mind me adding.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, for anyone out there watching, whether they're thinking of getting in the industry or they're in the industry, honestly, go for it and never be scared. And I absolutely love the fact that, and I say this with all due respect and much love, that you got a role that you were 100% comfortable with and you were able to say no. There's so many people out there that are willing to put themselves in positions they don't want to be in, and a big step, you know, is being able to say no for some other. And there's actors that say like, "Hey, sometimes you just have."
Here's the thing.
What was it? A comedy thing?
No, okay.
You
so
don't like comedy.
Okay, I think I can say what happens. So this is how I felt. Okay, this is something personal. Okay, so I'm. Everyone has their moral compass and you know what they agree with and what they don't agree with.
You have one of those?
Somewhat.
I didn't realize that.
Somewhat. Sometimes it's not pointing the right way, but whatever. In this particular case, so I got sides for shows, a comedy. I'm not a big comedy guy, but whatever. I read it, you know, just to see what it was about. 'Cause I'm not just gonna say no.
Right.
So I printed it out and I'm reading the lines. It's a show for Hulu. It's a pilot. Whatever. They're gonna shoot a pilot. It was for a reoccurring role.
Nice.
Which everyone said, why don't you do it? It's reoccurring. What if you get it? I'm like, you have to, in a way, and this is not to sound like, oh, I know what I'm talking about, because obviously I'm still a beginner at this. But I feel like you have to somewhat connect with a character, right? You have to be picky sometimes, right? Because you have to pick stuff that you think you fit, right? So this role is a comedy, and they wanted me to play a Hispanic who came out of jail, and my cousin comes to pick me up, and he's like a cupcake rehab owner, I guess, for jailbirds, I guess. So I'm this big gangster or whatever going into this cupcake thing. So that's the whole skit, right? But when it comes to Hispanics in television, you're, what nationality? Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay. We're Puerto Ricans, right? Okay, so.
Boricuas.
That's right.
Believe it or not.
So check this out. Yeah, believe it or not over there. When you look at comedies, when it comes to Hispanics, what do you normally see?
I think we get a lot of stereotypes.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I watch a comedy, like right now my sister's watching, what's that gordito's name? The funny guy. He's kind of short, fluffy, they call him.
Oh, Gabriel Iglesias?
Yeah. So he has a comedy TV show now.
Mr.
Right?
Iglesias.
Yeah. So my sister watches it, and if you look at the people that act in there, the majority of them are probably Mexican or similar to in dialect, right? So when I was reading the script, to me it sounded like a bunch of Mexican names, right? With the character, like Esperanza and names like that. Because they asked me, do I speak Spanish? I'm like, yes. And I'm like, first of all, I don't mix with this because we speak completely different dialects. And if me and him are cousins, I'm assuming we have to somewhat sound similar, right? So if I talk Puerto Rican and he talks Mexican, that doesn't work because we use different words. Like they were telling me to say puto and shit like that. Like, we don't use that word. You know what I'm saying? I can fake it somewhat, but it's not going to come out naturally. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm assuming you picked me because I'm Hispanic and I have a bad guy look. I'm assuming, right? So that was one of the reasons.
Gotcha.
The other reason was more sensitive because I have a lot of friends that are gay or LGBTQ plus, and there was language in there that, mind you, they can say whatever they want. TV is different. They can say whatever they want. But it's something I didn't want to affiliate myself with.
Okay, I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think we should say stuff like, I mean, they want to say it, they can say it. I didn't want to put myself in that particular place, you know? And it's funny because I asked Joey, who was a guest here, who's doing the sound for my short film, who's gay. And I told him, like, Joey, you're going to be proud of me, man, because I turned this down because I don't agree with this. And he was like, you should have done it anyways. I'm like, thanks, bro. But honestly, I just didn't agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things. I think I was watching a Will Smith. I know you don't like Will Smith, but like master class that he was giving on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing. He's like, there's certain things I won't do,
No.
right? Because I don't feel right for it.
Yeah.
That's one of those things.
I respect that.
Like if it comes to like mocking LGBTQ stuff like that, like I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't. Me personally, I can't do it. I know there's somebody out there that will do it, but me, I can't. Even if it's a comedy, I know it's not on purpose or whatever. It's just for jokes. I don't want to be on television doing that.
Right.
So that's why I turned that.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? I just hope my agent's not like
Wondering.
mad at it or whatever. Who knows? Maybe I would have got it, but it's just like,
What if that show ends up becoming a big hit?
who knows? And that's okay. And that's okay. I mean,
I don't think it'd be okay with you.
Listen. Even Will Smith regrets certain things. He turned down The Matrix, and look how good that turned out.
Who is he supposed to be?
Neo.
Yeah.
Really?
It was going to be backwards. So he was going to be black, and Morpheus was going to be white.
By any chance, do you know, have you heard of the show? I think it's called, what's it called? It's about,
It's called, what the fuck's it called?
Grey's Anatomy.
It's on NBC?
Let's just
it's,
start
I think it's an
spitballing.
ABC Family. Season 1 just came out. It's about brothers and sisters. I think it's 3 or 4 of them.
I don't watch too much TV, so.
And their parents, if I'm not mistaken, I think in the show they're illegal or don't have papers, and they get caught. And the big brother of the siblings have to take care of the role. Fun fact, I was supposed to audition for that role, for the lead role, one of the lead roles on that.
That's
Fun fact.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So even now, like, I mean, some people talk to me like, well, like I've had a few people like playing around with me. They'll tell me, "Oh, but you haven't been on TV." I'm like, Have you?
Yeah.
Have you even been like? They'll make fun of my podcast or whatever. I'm like, do you have a podcast?
Yeah, dude, no.
Do you do this? Do you do that? So here's the thing.
Haters love to hate.
Here's the thing. I look at it like the mere fact that I get look at when I started, I brought my expectations really down, right? Because I didn't want to say, oh, I'm the greatest thing in the planet, and then you don't get anything. Because in this business, you have to learn how to take rejection, right? Because you're gonna get turned down more often than not.
Yeah.
So I take every audition as a win, even if I don't fucking get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the mere fact that somebody looked at my picture or looked at my material and said, man, you know what? Maybe we can use him.
Yeah. 100%.
That to me is a win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Part of the time I don't get it, I blame John because he doesn't know how to fucking read sides for me.
read. What do you want me to do?
Holy I might as well have asked Siri to do it because it sounds about the same.
Oh,
like literally
on.
sounds
Oh,
about the
God.
same. But I don't know about you. I mean, that's how I feel about certain things. Like,
I'm just trying not to outshine them. That's all I'm
Oh,
doing.
God.
I'm trying to make you look good.
oh God,
I mean, I agree with you because the way you got to think of it is there's a role for person A, right? You got thousands and thousands of people applying to audition of it. And the casting director is only going to pick, let's say, for example, 10. And out of those thousands, you're one of those 10. So you got to be doing something right off the bat. And then,
Yeah.
obviously if you get a call back, but.
all the ones I haven't got, like the ones I haven't got for like PD, and I'll go watch the show, right? And I'll purposely watch that episode just to see what that person did differently than what I did, or whatever. Most of the time, it's not dramatically different. What I tend to find out is like they look a certain way.
Yeah.
So like I'm like I know why you picked it.
Yeah. Don't take it personal.
Because he looked like in one of them I was supposed to play this like I beat up my girlfriend type dude, gangbang or whatever, and they ended up picking somebody else. And when I watched it, I'm like, yeah, he looks like that type.
Yeah.
I don't look like that
Yeah.
type or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take it personally. I mean, I kind of forget about it, just keep going. But I mean, we all like I try to work to try to get something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
100%.
one of those type of things. Speaking of anything else on your story, do you want to add to that? Do you want to keep going for a few more minutes
Yeah. I mean,
before we change topics?
I mean, after I got my agent, that's when, things got a little bit easier, but you still got to put in the work. I was lucky enough, God bless, to, book some commercials, some TV spots, but, that doesn't mean they're doing 100% of the job. You still, like you said yourself, you still got to put in the work yourself. You got to write your own material. Sometimes you got to look out there, take classes,
See, I think that's what I wanted to do. That's where all this came from. Like when COVID started, 'cause we started about a year ago from when we started thinking about doing this. Acting to me was really new, and I'm super nervous. Like I'm one of the, I don't know, you're probably more comfortable.
I remember when you messaged me.
Bro, I'm just like I'm a shaker. Like I'm shaking even when I'm doing auditions. Sometimes I'll do it here and I'm shaking, like at least for the first take or two. dude, NBC. I'm shaking and I'm like, the second take I'm fine, third take I'm good. My thing was the camera. It bugged me. Like, not that I'm looking at it or whatever, but like it would like give me that pressure, and it does give you that pressure, you know. So I wanted to get comfortable. So I told myself, how do I get comfortable? I might as well be in front of a fucking camera. That's the only way you're gonna get comfortable is being in front of a camera.
Sure.
So when me and him started talking about doing a podcast, we talked about, oh, we're just gonna do it audio, and then we did 2 episodes like that, and we realized it's fucking boring. Because nobody just listens to something on YouTube because they expect video. It's YouTube, right? You want to be only audio, go to fucking Spotify. So we started adding cameras, and then I did it more because I wanted to get comfortable. Yeah, which it does. It has helped me in the sense of not looking at it, like kind of forgetting that it's there. Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure you're pretty familiar with that. Then I started doing. I had this crazy idea of doing a short, so I wrote a short, and I'm starting to film it. And it's an ongoing project that I'm doing right now. And again, John said it last week, not to toot my own horn, but it's starting to look really fucking good. And I'm surprised.
That's what's up.
You know, I mean, I showed you some
little
parts.
clips you showed me.
John
awesome.
has seen some. Delilah's seen some. I'm like, this is so much fun.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's fucking fun.
It's fun stress, too, in my opinion.
Except Saturday mornings, because for some reason Saturday mornings I always have a headache. Every fucking Saturday morning. I'm sitting here on Saturday morning editing the show, which is probably what I'm going to be doing tomorrow morning. Yeah. And I'm like, God damn, my fucking head just fucking hurts every fucking Saturday. But I mean, I'm cool with it because at the end of the day, when you're done and you have a product and you look at it and you're like, man, you know what? It doesn't look half bad. Like, especially like if you, I mean, you know, John. Yeah. If you look back to our first episode that you can actually see, if you watch that and you look at it now, I'm not saying we're fucking amazing.
Oh, God,
but our fucking sound quality has gone up a hell of a lot. Our video quality has gone up a hell of a lot. Our setup has gone up a shit ton. Yeah. You know, it's gotten pretty good. Yeah, we don't have too many subscribers. We got a whole 61 as of today.
That's a lot.
But I'll take it as a win because I didn't think we were going to get 5.
Really? My kids make fun of me because it's not 2 million.
For his kids watching, he knows Logan Paul.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there. If we get to 100, I'll be astounded. Yeah. By the way, this is our 30th episode.
Hey,
just for the I forgot to mention that earlier. What? So we got 30 whole episodes on YouTube.
Where's the cake?
We'll wait till 100 if we're still on.
Got renewed for season 2, right?
Yeah, we get renewed. I don't know. This was all a kind of a fun project. Everything's always been fun. I like it. I like talking shit, so that's
I love it.
What better place to do it than the YouTube? That's kind of how we started it. Wasn't that the whole thing? Like, we talk shit. How many have you been on a podcast before? This is your first one,
or
something like this. Something
first
like
time.
this.
I've done a couple of
audio ones.
Audio ones. My buddy, he does one on like Spotify called "We Be Watching Films."
Okay,
and
that's cool. That's a cool name. I like that.
And to my buddies, Adrian and Jeff, and they just watch. They'll watch movies. They'll talk about it. Talk about the award show.
You ever watch Cinemassacre?
Why does that sound familiar?
With the guy, he's the guy who like he has like he reviews movies and stuff, and then he'll review like really bad video games. I think it's called the Angry Video Game Nerd or whatever. God, he's fucking hilarious, man. Oh my god! But he does the same thing. Like he has like basically like a Blockbuster in his basement. Yeah, and he'll watch old movies and review them or whatever. That's awesome. That's pretty freaking cool. But yeah. Speaking of actors, we lost one on Monday. He died on Monday. Dustin Diamond died at the age of 44 from cancer on Monday.
Sure did.
All right.
That's a sad thing. I really feel bad for this dude. I felt like he was he was really treated like shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's done a lot of bad shit, a lot of stupid shit in his life, but who hasn't? Yeah. You know, everybody does stupid shit that we're not proud of or whatever. I feel bad for him because he's not recognized for his contributions to Saved by the Bell, which was obviously the only show he's really known for. Yeah.
Who doesn't know Screech?
Right. I'm serious. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's like Janelle White from Family Matters. Like, who doesn't know Steve Urkel, right? Right. You know, here's the crazy part. Maybe you could agree with me. Would you take a role like that? I wouldn't. Now, mind you, you're a kid. Mind you, you're a little kid at the time.
So, if I'm going to be 110% honest,
of course,
I would.
He was just talking about Nickelodeon. How
but mind you, no, yeah. But you get why I'm saying I wouldn't, right? Because if you think of children's child actors that became known for a particular role, right? So if you look at Screech, Steve Urkel, the Olsen twins with Michelle Tanner, or any kid actor, like you're so tied to that character.
Yeah.
No one ever looks anything different than that. I think the only person that really made it, well, there's a few, is Will Smith. Will Smith was the first Prince of Bel-Air. That's what he was known for. But that helped him become a great actor. Right. That was the reason why people were watching the movies. But like, if you look at Janelle White, he doesn't do anything anymore. Right. What does he do? Nothing. I'll say Austin Powers. Screech Powers, he didn't do anything after that. He did a porno. That's about it. And
it wasn't even him.
He had the tag in that double, right? He had to get the hot tag.
Devon.
Yeah, I'm serious, right? But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those roles. Like, I would be very cautious with doing roles like that, especially when it comes to TV, because in sitcoms, and especially in sitcoms, even like your favorite show, when it comes to like Seinfeld, those guys barely did anything after that. I remember seeing the guy who played Newman. I seen him. He was in Jurassic Park for a little bit or whatever.
He's in other stuff.
Yeah, but none of them have ever made it big as that show was. You would think people would hire them, and they don't.
If that was me and I didn't get another job, when I cry about it, I would be wiping my tears with my rerun checks. I would not care.
Yeah, but not every show has the benefit of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
That is true.
You get what I'm saying? Man. Like, and that's the thing. Like, Family Matters, no one's getting checks from Family Matters right now.
Yeah.
But yet, it's hard to get a job because everybody sees you and says, "Can I do that?"
Yeah. And I was reading that for Dustin, that part of, like I said, I'm not gonna say, I've heard stories that he was, not the nicest person on earth. But kind of what Miguel's saying, I have heard stories that did put a lot of pressure on him and stress of just that constantly 24/7.
I partially blame
Amanda Bynes.
Oh yeah.
I partially blame his castmates. Mind you, he was the littlest one, right? So he was the youngest one. So like, Mario Lopez, Paul, whatever his last name is.
Gosler.
I want to say Levesque, but that's Triple H.
Gosler.
Yeah, Gosler or whatever his name. Michelle, Tiffany, what's her middle name? Something, I don't know her whole name. Her name's kind of has like that middle name that's
Tiffany
included.
Amber Thiessen.
That's the one.
Ooh.
And then Elizabeth Berkley. They always hung out with them with that group, right? Because they were around the same age, all of them. Right. Screech or Dustin was the youngest, so like they kind of pushed him aside. Supposedly Mario Lopez was the one that was the cool one with everybody, but who fucking knows?
Yeah.
From what people say and what Dustin has said is that he was kind of pushed aside, and so was Lisa Turtle. I felt bad for him because like they never included him in anything. Yeah. Like they did this real cool special in Jimmy Fallon where they brought back the old set and everything.
That.
Even
Holy
fucking
smokes.
Mr. Belding was fucking on the episode and Screech was not. How is the motherfucking principal who hasn't acted in anything in like 30 years, he doesn't even look like himself anymore, he's in it, and yet you don't bring Screech or you don't bring Lisa, who are part of the main cast.
About that. Wow.
And Screech and Zach are the only two original characters because they were part of the original show, because Saved by the Bell is a spinoff of, I think it was something Miss Bliss or whatever, because there was like a grammar school version and the high school one was Saved by the Bell. Them two were the original ones because all the other ones weren't even part of it. How the hell do you bring them together and not bring them? Like, honestly.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? That's fucked up.
I don't know. They just probably figure that they're going to be a problem in the long run.
That's still fucked up, bro. Like,
I get it.
They're part of the cast. Like, it would be like if I replaced you, right? Or we stop doing the show and then we have a reunion episode and I don't invite you.
Well, it'd be
and instead I invite your brother.
That'd be kind of weird.
Oh yeah, I could invite your brother. That'd be bogus though, right?
That's interesting.
But you get what I'm saying? Like it's fucked up. You started this shit with me. Like if I didn't invite you on a reboot or whatever, that'd be fucked up on my part. I think that's fucked up because when they did this reboot, they never called them. And now the fact that Lisa came back, and to me it's like the fans pitied them, or not pitied them, like pressured them to bring him back because they felt like this is fucked up to bring back Lisa.
Yeah.
And then they were like you mentioned off camera that they were in talks of bringing back Dustin. Like, you're just doing it out of pity now.
Yeah. And that's why I was like, are you just saying this because he's dead?
Right, like they
That's
probably
honest
are.
to God, yeah,
Like
that's
none of
nasty.
their tweets or whatever they were saying after the fact sounded legitimate to me.
Yeah.
The only one that kind of sounded legitimate was Mario Lopez, but then again, I don't know. He kind of seems like a cocky prick. I don't. He's one of those pretty dudes. You just want to punch him. Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, you want to
Because he's like 60 and he still looks the same. Like,
Dude, he does not look his age.
holy shit,
Yeah.
surgery does fucking miracles, man.
Dude.
How do you know he had surgery?
Because he's like 60 and he looks the same. You think Jennifer Lopez looks 100% like? Why do you think Jennifer Lopez still looks the same?
She doesn't look
Anti-aging
makeup?
cream.
Anti-aging.
She had,
guess.
dude. Mark Anthony gave her fucking twins. Are you kidding me? And she has not one stretch mark on her body. Are you fucking kidding me?
Not that I can see.
You think that happens naturally?
She's genetically blessed.
Steroids.
Never know.
Okay. But yeah, I feel bad. I'm sorry I went on a rant about that.
No, you can go.
I felt really bad for him.
Yeah.
You know, because and then they were talking about bringing him back, and now he's dead. Now he can't come back.
You know what I feel bad is the fact that he passes, and the first thing literally everyone saying is like, man, that sucks, but I heard he was a douche in real life. And it's just like, no matter who you are.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, let's look at what he accomplished. Yes, I understand a lot of people do bad shit.
Right. No one's perfect.
No one.
No one.
But let's focus on, at least for this moment,
Right.
let's look at the positive things that they did. You know, Michael Jackson did a lot of stupid shit too. Touched a lot of little boys. But we love his music.
Allegedly.
He probably did. And that's okay. At some point we have to say, you know what? Yeah, he did that shit, but look, he also did this.
Right.
And we can still listen to his music even though he molested little boys.
Allegedly.
I mean, a lot of people still do. You know? And he's dead now. I mean, we can't do anything. But you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we have to, yeah, they did bad things. But it doesn't mean that we can't listen to their music or we can't watch their films or whatever. I mean, everyone has dirt, man. Everyone's done some stupid shit.
Right.
John, you've done a lot of stupid shit.
No.
No?
Not me.
No.
You know
No.
you know who else has a crazy childhood past, and they're an adult now and an actor, and even has a movie about it. It's pretty good. I recommend it. Is Shia Labeouf.
Oh, but I heard he's a dick though.
I heard it, but
Have you ever seen that video where like he's like driving next to somebody and he just starts yelling at the guy because I guess he's recording him or something? Like he just goes off like Christian Bale kind of shit. I'm like,
oh,
dude, like you do know you're famous, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like most people, and I know it could be annoying, right? I mean, you're gonna be a famous actor one day. I believe that, bro. I believe that.
You're coming with, brother.
I'll be your stunt double because I look just like you and I'm the same height as you.
I look tall on camera. I've been told.
Listen, you should know what you're getting yourself into,
Yeah.
right? Like, I mean, you're a famous person. Now, mind you, I've never been famous, but I had my 15 minutes of fame when I did a Walmart commercial. That was a nationwide thing. So people were recognizing me when I would walk through stores, right? And even some people would ask me for an autograph for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but whatever. And I can see where that might get annoying.
Yeah.
Imagine that every fucking day of your life. You can't go take a shit.
Times 10.
Yeah, you can't even go anywhere. Like you can't go nowhere because people know who the fuck you are. Like Eminem, I think says it the best. Like you can't even take a shit without people even knowing. You know what I'm saying?
People follow you into the bathroom?
Not that serious.
Okay.
not there yet. But at the same time, you have to know that comes with the territory. Right? You have to kind of expect that, right? Like you can't. You have to realize, and everyone has bad days or whatever, but you have to keep in the back of your head, like, this is going to happen to you. You need to control your fucking self.
I disagree. If you're a child actor, that's not playing in the back of your head.
If you're a child, but the child's not going to react the same way an adult. I'm talking about like
he
adults.
started acting when he was a kid,
but
right?
he started acting stupid when he was like after Transformers and all that shit.
Okay.
I was gonna say I think he went more publicly when he was adult, but in his movie, it's gonna kill me. I forgot the title of it.
Holes.
No, that's a good movie. Here's a movie where he wrote about his upbringing and his dad.
Oh, yeah. No, that was recent. He
was
acted
recent.
as his dad.
Yeah.
He acted as his dad.
He was his dad, and he basically was showing that when he was like 9 years old, his dad would reward him with cigarettes, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, and his dad put so much pressure in. I'm just like, after watching that movie, in my opinion, it's like, Oh snap! Like
Stop using the name of my show, please. Thank you. I'm kidding.
that's $75 now.
There we go. Yeah, you're we're gonna buy new chairs.
He's in deep.
We're buying roll chairs. No, Shia LaBeouf. I think with him, I've seen him overreact to certain things, and I'm like, dude, like, you need to realize that you are a famous person.
Yeah.
People are going to walk up to you and do something. That's nature. Like I think recently Hulk Hogan got caught doing something stupid. Like I guess somebody took a picture of him and he like, and I get it. You should probably ask, right?
Yeah.
You should probably ask as a human being, right? But at the same time, you have to know that this is gonna happen, right?
Like Kanye?
No, it was Hogan.
Oh no, I'm saying like Kanye.
Oh, like Kanye. Yeah, I'm like, you have to like. Should you ask? Yes, you should probably ask.
Right.
But it's probably gonna happen where someone's gonna slip a picture. Like, let it go.
Let it go.
Like, let it go. Like, it's not that serious. Yeah, it's not that fucking serious. Not
Yeah.
for you to be on the. Now you're gonna be on the news overreacting, like fucking Christian Bale did with the light guy.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? You're gonna kill this man because he was moving around in the. And yes, it can be distracting, John and Delilah. It can be amazingly distracting when people are laughing in the fucking. Oh my god.
I'm laughing.
Oh my god.
Let's go, bro.
Bro, I did a reenactment thing that I was doing one time,
Yeah.
and these two were holding mics and cameras for me, right?
Yeah.
And do these two start getting this giggle thing? Oh my god! So we're in a scene, and I'm there talking to the kid who's in the scene with me.
Yeah.
And you know how you could see them, right? Like,
Yeah.
You're not supposed to acknowledge them because nobody, like Michael Caine says, nobody exists besides you and the other actor, right?
Right.
Well, stick
And
to that.
we're focusing here, right? But these two he's doing what he's doing right now. He's like, he has his hand in his mouth and he's just.
What do you expect me to do?
And then
she's
this
in
one's
front of
laughing
me.
her ass off.
She is in front of me, and I see her shoulders going like that. How am I not going to laugh?
Is
when I know
that
she's
why?
laughing?
Is that why when Miguel was stressing about the camera, you said, "Let's not start the giggle thing"?
Yes.
That's what he said.
Dude,
exactly what
and they just start giggling, and I'm like, can we stop? And don't get me wrong, I understand that things happen that are funny and cool. We could laugh, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, at some point we have to say, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
We have to. These two. Every time we said
It's 'cause
action.
we fucked up a line. That's why we were laughing.
Yeah, but I mean, every time we would say like, we're good. Action. Sounded like turkeys in the background, bro.
He's talking all this crap about Christian Bale. He had a meltdown.
I didn't have a meltdown. I
He
went.
walked
I
around
walked
the
around. I
bleachers.
walked around to cool off because
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, we get this over with. Like this is
Oh,
stressful, man. Like
funny.
you guys don't understand what the stress is when the camera's there and they say action. There's a lot of stress there.
We're
Like,
the
you have
ones
to
saying action.
Yes, but
We're the ones
I am the
holding the
one.
camera.
Listen, I'm the one that has to, and you understand.
Yeah.
We have to be involved. Like we have to be.
You gotta be in character.
You gotta be there. You gotta be in that moment.
moment.
And anything that distracts you, like right now, we do the show and somebody walks upstairs. You and me are already looking at each other like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, any little thing
Yeah.
bothers you. Maybe not to the point where I'm like, do you want me to rip down your lights? I'm probably not saying that, but like, I mean, fuck me.
Yeah.
Like, stand fucking still. Stop laughing.
You know what never fails to get me?
Yeah.
Self-tape auditions. Just because I'll watch it and watch it, like I can do it again.
I stopped doing that.
Oh man.
I kind of, I gotta like just go with one.
Yeah.
Because I keep doing it over and over, and I'm like, just pick one.
Yeah.
Like
no.
I'm like, you're gonna end up with like 100 takes. And
Yeah.
It's like, how do you now you gotta look over 100 takes? I'm like, that takes too much time. I'm like, and the deadlines are like an hour and a half.
Right.
Like fuck, you know. And then John can't read a line because
my
good lord, this guy he starts punching himself in the thigh and shit because he's fucking up lines. Like he's the one in front of the fucking camera or something. You know. I mean, I know you. I know your guy.
That's real pressure.
Your
right
character
there.
was getting beat up, but I mean, damn, bro, you didn't have to ad lib
Well,
the character.
he's giving me lines where I've got like 25 lines and he has like 3 words. I mean, of course the pressure's on me.
But how are you struck? You sound like Biden reading the teleprompter. Like, bro, the words are there. Like, just read them. And you're reading them like literally like if I ask Siri to repeat something for me.
No, I'm not. That's not true. What you're giving me, it's me, a paragraph. You, 2 words.
I'm not
Me,
giving it to
another
you.
paragraph.
That's what my agent gave me. I don't know what you want me to do. I needed somebody to read fucking lines. I think the best one we did was with her. Oh, she didn't even say the one word she had to say. We were doing that one from the one from Gary Oldman. Remember? From Leon the Professional. She had one line, one word. It was like one word. And she still didn't say it. But she's giving me thumbs up from the background. I don't know, man. This has been such a fun thing. Like this whole acting thing is so much. John, you gotta admit, this is fun, man. This whole podcast
I'm not
thing.
doing it, but it looks fun. Sure, yeah. Oh,
I love it.
podcast
I'm a
thing?
fan of your
Yeah,
guys' podcast.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
God,
Thank
I'm not
you.
just
Are
saying that.
you a
'cause I'm here.
subscriber?
You goddamn right I am.
You better not. I have a lot of people that have been here and they're not even subscribed.
I'm on it. I was showing people at work today. I was like, look, I'm gonna be on this podcast today.
That was probably why we got 61 because we had 60 when like the day
Oh
before.
shit!
That's great, man. I just need people to share it. John,
I gave you guys
Yeah.
a shout out today on Facebook.
Delilah.
Right here.
I gotta
Nice.
check it out. I didn't get a chance to check it out. What else is going on? We got a couple more minutes before we gotta call it a night. This one went really fast.
This is going like, ooh,
Like really quick. We're like 50 minutes right now.
wow.
That was pretty fast.
No, what the hell?
Hey, this was more funny. This take was more funny. What else can we talk about? So we're gonna get some stimulus. Check.
Oh, you did
Pretty
say that.
soon.
I got to hear about this because I don't know.
So Biden was on the tube talking about it on this whole. You know what's funny, and this is why I find it interesting. And again, I don't really want to dig too much to this whole Trump and Biden thing, but I found it interesting because like remember Trump was throwing down all the Democrats, right? He was like, no, the Democrats are the ones that don't want to pass this. He was basically throwing the blame on them. And then Biden ran on this whole thing of together.
Yeah.
But if you watch his speech, he's throwing down the Republicans. Like the Republicans don't want to do this. I'm like,
That's funny.
wait a minute. Like I thought we were doing this whole together thing.
Yeah.
Like, can we stop with the whole blaming the other party? Fuck it. Do it if you're gonna do it.
It's
Then
not
if
gonna-
not, shut up.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, he's having a hard time reading. He's hard to understand sometimes. Like somebody needs to slow down the teleprompter because apparently it's going too fast. Because like he literally had to like USA, America. Like I mean, come on, man. Like be a professional here. But he was saying about he talked a lot about stimulus and how he wants to get it passed and whatever. Basically, if you make over $50,000, you ain't getting shit. So it went from 75, it went down to 50.
Oh
so
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
you're not getting anything.
I make way less than 50, so
Yeah, I'm good. If you're if a family of a married couple, you make over 100, you're not getting anything. So you might slip in there because depending on how much Jenna makes.
Is it the 1400 again? Or is
Yeah,
it
the 14.
14.
So
Alright,
they're going
cool.
14. What else did he say?
Oh, thank God.
He was saying something else about the whole thing about we need to do this now and all this, and then again he was blaming the Republicans, they don't want to do it and blah blah blah. But I think in the afternoon it got passed, so not passed, but it was now they're gonna write it out.
Okay.
So it got approved to the point where now they're gonna write out the bill,
Cool.
and then they're gonna vote on the bill, which for the most part I'm assuming it's gonna go because the Democrats run the country
The Senate,
right now
the
at this
House,
point.
and
Yeah, they run the whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So it's probably gonna pass, which is fine. I mean, whatever. You want to give me money, give me money. I'm cool with that. I mean, I know at some point we're gonna have to pay this shit back. which
Oh,
is-
for sure. Uncle Sam,
But-
he ain't losing that. Yeah.
who knows? What else happened, John? Anything else happen?
If you don't mind,
Go ahead.
Sorry to
Go
interrupt.
ahead,
my bad,
because
my
I
bad.
Go
had
ahead.
nothing whatsoever.
I actually love the fact that it's 14 even because I know this probably doesn't matter to anyone, but I just bought myself a gaming PC, so I'm hooked. I'm on Twitch now.
So you're a real gamer.
So
you're a real gamer.
I just started to. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a different animal.
So you don't play that PS lame
Yeah.
or
Are you a PC guy?
I'm an Xbox guy.
Okay.
It looks like a goddamn
PC
PC
guy.
over there. Fucking refrigerator over there.
I just got myself a gaming PC. Love it. I'm on Twitch now. Real Ricky Orozco, if anyone wants to follow.
Cool.
And I do gaming. I'll talk sports, WWE, all that stuff. But man, dude, it's way more expensive than the console.
Oh,
yeah,
hell
it
yeah.
is.
Hell yeah.
Jesus
Jesus Christ! So that
Hell yeah.
stimulus check,
That's where
that's
it's
paying
going?
for
That's
my
where it's going?
PC.
You know what? I can never do PC because I mean I grew up with controllers.
You can
So,
use
like-
your control to the PC.
No, I know you can, but it's just like to me, I don't know. I love
not
the whole.
legit.
I love the
Yeah.
console concept. You
I
know
get
what I'm
you.
saying? Like
100%.
I know you can use the Xbox controllers there and
Yeah.
whatever, and it's not like it used to be where we're wired to the console and all that. I know it's all wired, but like there's something about turning on a console and getting a console
Yeah.
for the first day, and it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're either Xbox or you're PlayStation,
No Nintendo Switch.
right? Fuck Nintendo. Fuck plays Nintendo around here. I'm kidding. I love the original Nintendo.
The
The
64.
original. No, the original.
Before that.
N64. I mean the NES.
Ah.
The NES is the shit.
You don't like the 64?
I do like the
Yeah, sure
64.
you
Of
did.
course I did, but the Nintendo is the original.
Huh?
Which is the worst one?
What? Are you kidding me? There's so many classics on the NES. Are you kidding me? We wouldn't be where we are right now without the NES.
Yeah, but you can say that about anything.
No, you cannot. You would not have PlayStation without Nintendo. Lord. Do you understand that?
What do you play on Twitch?
I do. Judge me. Go ahead. Fortnite.
I never really got into it. I tried it for a little while. My buddy Ralphie was bugging me every day. Let's play Fortnite. So I tried it, but then you get your ass kicked by a freaking 12-year-old.
There's
it's not fun.
One game I'm looking for.
Rocket League.
No.
What? The Harry Potter game?
No.
What? Say it. Say it. What?
Overwatch, man.
But you can't play Overwatch cross-platform.
Can you not?
No, you cannot.
No, I'm just asking if he plays it. At all.
A lot of my friends do, and they want me to download it and get it, which I'm all for.
It's great.
I've heard good things about it. But right now I'm super basic when it comes to gaming. Apex, Call of Duty.
Oh, I tried Apex for a little while. Because that's cross-platform. It was it's like, man. I mean, the thing is, I'm so stuck. Once I pick a game that I like, I'm stuck on that shit. So like, GoldenEye was a big thing for me.
Oh, classic.
You know, No Mercy was a big thing for me.
Oh, that was my game.
WrestleMania 2000 was a big thing for me. Like, I'm stuck on. I still play those games today. Like, I have them.
Did you ever play Smash Brothers?
I have, but the thing is, Nintendo kind of lost me after. Like, I never played a lot of games on Nintendo 64. I played a lot of wrestling games, GoldenEye, those games. Those were really good. But then PlayStation had everything else.
The SmackDown versus
had the SmackDown ones, but then it had all the sports games. It had all like Metal Gear Solid. It had all those games. Like PlayStation was, I don't want to say it was better than Nintendo 64, but it had more variety than Nintendo 64.
Yeah. Are you guys baseball fans?
Somewhat.
Because MLB The Show, which was exclusively.
Oh, but that's a PlayStation thing.
It's now on Xbox.
No, it's not.
The new MLB The Show with Fernando Tatis on the cover. They just got announced it's going to be PS5 and the new Xbox.
Get the fuck out.
Crazy.
That's crazy because that's a Sony thing.
It was.
That's nuts because, I mean, they haven't had a Major League Baseball. Remember, it was MLB 2K or whatever the fuck it was. And they canceled that shit. But, damn, I'm surprised Sony. Yeah. And if that's the case, Sony, that was weird because Sony, I wouldn't see Sony doing that. That would be like Sony giving up Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the stupidest thing you ever do.
They announced that, and they announced NCAA football coming back.
Oh, I heard that. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Because they stopped doing all the college games.
Oh, speaking of Spider-Man, since I see you're a Spider-Man fan.
Yes.
What do you think about the rumors of the...
crossover?
Yeah.
It's amazing. The best thing ever. They should have done that years ago. I mean, what more do you want?
I'm looking for it.
I'm amazingly looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You're not. Well, you're not.
No.
Did you see that picture I sent you of the Joker's picture from Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League?
I don't think I see any.
That it was Jared Leto. It was Jared Leto's. You saw it, right? So it was Jared. It's. I guess Zack Snyder added a scene in Justice League on his cut of the Joker, but the Joker looks different. It's not the one that was in Suicide Squad. Oh, so they have a picture of him kind of like in a frosted glass. Kind of, you remember the poster for Heath Ledger's that he's kind of like behind a frosted glass or whatever. And he does the smile in blood or whatever.
Yes.
Basically, they did the same thing with Jared Leto's character. To me, he looks just like Heath Ledger's Joker. Okay. Like, he looks completely different. I'm like, hey, that looks pretty cool. It looks better than the stupid metal teeth and the slick hair back or whatever the hell he had.
That SoundCloud version of the Joker.
Oh my god, Jared Leto was horrible.
21 Savage
he
meets
was
the Joker.
Horrible. Who's the best Joker?
Oh, dude, the Joker, Heath Ledger from The Dark Knight. In my opinion, it's no questions asked.
Enough said. Enough said. He's a big and Joaquin did great.
He did awesome,
but he's not Heath Ledger.
No,
there's something about Heath Ledger that grabbed you. I don't know what it was.
The man died.
See, but he likes to say that's the reason why people liked it.
No, I think he was just so good in it. Just
he was all right.
What's that thing that Delilah likes to say a lot?
Period. Cap.
I don't know what it means, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think Joaquin did great. I think Heath Ledger's character was just so gripping, especially since we hadn't seen the Joker in so long.
Yeah.
You know, since Jack, right? So I think that's what made it like, man, this is really good. But that whole series was really good.
Awesome. I agree.
Besides, I mean, I didn't like Tom Holland's movie. I mean, not Tom Holland. Yeah, Tom Holland. No, Tom
Spider-Man.
Hardy. Tom Tom Hardy's the third one. I wasn't too big on it. It wasn't all that great, but it was still good.
Yeah.
I guess.
Him as Bane.
Did you? Do you guys want to spoil the WandaVision thing? Or you guys want to watch it?
I'm okay with it.
Delilah, you might want to leave the room.
What does the director say?
No, she's not a director though. The fuck? It's a really good episode. WandaVision and all that. They're doing really good with that show. Have you been watching it?
I haven't caught up yet. I've only seen
It's
the
not
first episode.
bad.
I've
It's
heard
actually pretty cool.
great things.
Which
Which is gonna. Speaking of WandaVision, there's gonna be something I want to ask you guys after this conversation, which is gonna be awesome.
okay, so that whole thing, I'm gonna give you my theory what I think is going on with that. I think Wanda's lost her fucking mind because of Vision's death, right? So she creates this whole world for herself. So she grabbed a town in New Jersey, and she literally uses her powers to encapsulate this world, and she's controlling every single person in the town.
Ew, why New Jersey?
I'm
She's a big
guessing
fan
it's
of,
New Jersey, the Nets.
Yeah, I was gonna
Or
say
the
Jay and
Jets.
Silent Bob.
And she's creating this whole world for herself. So she reanimates Vision and whatever. She has kids, the whole nine. The twist right now is that a very familiar face shows up
Oh, there she goes.
at the very end. A very familiar. She's not even gonna know who he is because she wasn't a fan of those movies. But it's a very familiar face
That's right.
from. Yep,
Yep.
it's a very familiar face from the old X-Men movies. Which to me is awesome
Okay.
because they're going to start to blend those together because obviously Marvel bought Fox.
Right.
So now you can use all these old characters, which is great. They also do a small little reference that's kind of hard to tell of Magneto, which is great because obviously Wanda is the offspring. So it'd be really cool if they brought her daddy into the picture. But I'll leave it there. It's a great show. What were you going to say?
Speaking of Vision, have you seen and what do you think about Little Uzi Vert's? Thank you, Little
what?
Uzi Vert. You didn't see what Little Uzi Vert got?
No.
He put a
$24 million
diamond on his forehead.
Yes.
Why?
Apparently,
memes are gold.
Is he a fan?
He wants to get decapitated by somebody. Apparently, I don't know.
He posted a picture on Twitter and Instagram of it actually bleeding, and he was like, he said something like, if I ever want to get removed, I need to get it professionally removed because it's not.
But is it like the whole
I
is
would
it a Vision
fucking
thing?
There it
hope he
is.
would.
Told you.
Why?
Hey, man.
Okay. I mean, if you got the money
24
for that,
million.
Yeah.
if you got the money for that, you do what you
yeah.
do. Do what you do. I guess I don't know.
And at this point, 24 million. This isn't just like
His net worth
poor
is 16.
people like coming at you trying to grab it. It's everybody.
Yeah. That's money in the
Fuck
bank right
that.
there.
I don't know. But I mean, did he say it was because of the whole Vision thing, or what
No.
the hell? Like he just wanted to put a fucking diamond in his face?
He just wanted to put a diamond in his face.
He's weird like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
I love his reaction.
Final thoughts. Any final questions? Since we're running long here.
Well, first off, this isn't Jerry Springer, so
I'd like to thank everyone and our guest. I hope it worked out for you. You need to learn how to love your lover. It doesn't matter if she cheats or doesn't cheat. All it is infidelity. You are the father. Well, one more question. Favorite Marvel movie all time? Any of them?
Snap.
Any of
dude.
them?
You put me on the
X-Men,
spot.
all of them, all of them, all of them.
I love all of them.
I'll give you. You could pick 4, since we'll do like a
All
Rushmore
right,
thing.
perfect. In no particular order.
Sure.
All right, awesome. I love Winter Soldier.
Cool. Good.
Winter
That's a
Soldier.
good one.
Personally, I love Infinity War because at the end of that movie, I didn't want to wait a year for part 2. I wanted to see the ending right there.
Okay. Okay.
So for that
That's good.
reasoning,
Okay.
for me, maybe some people agree, some people don't. Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'll pass on.
I
those.
love
I'll
the
pass on
soundtrack.
those.
You
The
don't like it?
soundtrack's a banger.
I mean, they were good, but I'm like, I don't need to watch. I don't need them.
Yeah.
Like if they weren't there, whatever.
and
I won't miss them.
maybe the first Spider-Man. Not Far From. Is it Far From Home? No.
No,
Far From Home's the
Homecoming,
second-
Homecoming.
Homecoming. Yeah.
Homecoming. John, quick.
don't put. I don't know.
Really?
I-
You don't have
I-
4? I'm talking about any of them.
Oh
you could
my
do Michael
God.
Keaton's. You could do Batman Returns. You could do any of them.
Oh, I thought we were talking about just new
no,
ones.
any of them.
Oh, my
any
bad.
Of them, any of them. The
Yeah,
Joker.
well-
The Joker. The Joker. The Joker.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
For sure.
We got him. 4. That was 4. 4 times?
Joaquin. Yeah.
Joaquin.
So
Joaquin.
he
Got it.
wins, right?
I think for me it'd be Civil War. To me is the best Marvel movie when it comes to those.
Okay.
It has the best story. I gotta go with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 1 just because that was such a groundbreaking
dude,
thing.
yeah, classic.
That has to be one of mine. I love The Dark Knight.
Yes.
That is one of the greatest superhero movies, period.
100%.
Cap. I don't know. I just feel like
No cap.
I feel like that should go in there somewhere. I want to say X-Men Days of Future Past
Okay.
because that was really good, right? Because I kind of want to give one to every group.
Yeah.
I like Deadpool.
Oh, dude, Deadpool's
Deadpool's
awesome.
a great movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably one of the
First
good
one.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Rick, I know we messed up a few times today,
No,
but
you.
we got it done.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time, buddy?
I had a blast, dude. I actually wore my for tonight's.
I
political-
saw that.
I did. I
saw
saw
that.
that. I was in a bed today, but we were talking about something
Yeah.
else. We'll definitely bring you back. I feel
Thank
like
you.
we can have a lot of
I
conversation.
loved it. Thank you. I would love to.
John, you got anything else you want to add before we close?
I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah.
You drunk?
I just want to go to sleep.
It's only Friday.
You got all day to sleep tomorrow. Yeah, his eyes are all watery and shit. All right, so we're gonna close it out.
Show.
I'd like to thank everybody who tunes in and listens to us babble. And if everything we said here is in our opinion, and if you don't agree with it, I got 3 words for you. Thanks for listening.